So I did it again. I accidentally pressed the delete button during my upload, so this is a total repeat. Anyway, let's go ahead and get started. What is the number one thing that you should focus on when you get started in business as an entrepreneur, or quite honestly, anything that you're doing? Should you be focusing on your cash flow? Should you be focusing on the time in your processes? Should you be focusing on productivity? Should you focus on your competitors and what they're doing in the market? Or should you focus on sales, your ideal client, your customer, your value proposition? What is the area that you really think you're supposed to be focusing on when you start your business? And by the way, if you focus on the right thing, it will impact how much money you make. So you want to make sure you're focusing on the right thing. My name is Dawnna St. Louis. I am CEO of highprofitzone.com, and I help experts turn their expertise into a successful entrepreneurial business. And if you want to know more about that, just go over to highprofitzone.com. At the end of this, I'm going to tell you about a deal that is coming up for June 9th through 13th. And again, this is a redo because I accidentally deleted the first one. So let's do this. All right. So regardless of what you're doing, whether you're an entrepreneur or not, there is something that or you're working within a company, it does not matter. There's one thing that you're supposed to focus on that will make all the difference in the world in regards to how much money you make in your business. Here's the story. I want you to imagine that you're walking down the street and a guy walks up to you out of nowhere and he goes, boom, here you go, $1 million. And he just gives you $1 million and he keeps walking. A few minutes later, not even a few minutes, a few steps go by and there's another guy and he gives that guy, boom, $10 million. Holy crap. So what do you think? What's the first thing you say? Now, when I ask this question with a group who's being totally honest, not people who are going, well, I suppose what I'm supposed to say is, people who are being totally honest tell me all the time, why in the hell did they get $10 million and I only got $1 million? It is the very first thing they focus on. Why did that person get $10 million and I only got $1 million? We're both walking down the street and all of a sudden life isn't fair. And I'm like, well, you just got a free $1 million. What are you bitching about, right? They're so focused on what the other person got that they fail. This happens everywhere. That other person, that's your weaknesses, that's your competitor. That's the thing that you don't do best. You're so focused on that what you forgot to do is recognize you just got a free $1 million and how can you leverage that to get the $10 million that you want. So here's another example of how this works. If you've ever had an opportunity to take StrengthsFinder, what they have found, the Clifton companies, what they found was that people who focused more on their strengths and what they did best did exponentially, that means 2, 3, and 4 times better than people who focused on their weaknesses. So here's an example. I am absolutely amazing in math. I love math, right? Quantum mathematics, quantum physics, calculus, trigonometry, all of it. Oh my God, love it. I'm that person who I'm watching something on TV and I can tell you when they were mathematically incorrect. That's me. I am that kind of nerd, right? So love math. So what happens is when I get, even though I haven't done anything substantial in math in 10 years, if someone gave me a quantum mathematics, if we were doing a quantum mathematics book, even though I hadn't picked it up in years, I could pick it up instantly and increase my knowledge really quite fast. Like it would take me no time. It's the same thing for programming. I haven't been a programmer in years, but I can sit and I can write code like I just started writing yesterday. It might take me a few minutes to get ramped up, but my ramp up time is extremely low because it is an area of strength for me. Now, let's talk about an area of weakness. So my area of weakness is history. I hate memorizing shit. I don't want to memorize a date. I don't want to memorize a name. If you really, really, really want me to know history, then make a documentary of it so I can watch it, and still don't expect me to remember dates and times and facts and all that other stuff. Never going to happen. So what do I have to do? Let's say I had to take a test in history. What I would do is I would sit and I would study for weeks just to take that test. And then if they went and they tested me a few weeks later, my test scores would go down so much because it is not an area of strength for me. It's something that I suck at. And because I suck at it, I'm not going to continually do it great. Unfortunately, how we do in life is exactly how we do in business. We look for people's areas of weakness and then we tell them they have to go and work on it all the time. Oh, you're a bad writer? Then go and take this writing class so you could be a great writer. And then, one day you'll be like Shakespeare. Look, if you suck at writing, you suck at writing. I know people who are horrible at spelling. It does not matter. They have a brain block towards spelling. There is no amount of training that is going to suddenly make them great at spelling because that is not where their strength is. So what you want to do is you want to focus on your strengths because when you focus on your strengths, that is what's going to make you exponentially better. That's why I said this particular message isn't just for people who are only entrepreneurs, or it's for people in business in general. What are your strengths? You really should do a SWOT analysis on yourself. So what does this have to do with being an entrepreneur and competitors? When you really think about it, in business, competitors are your weakness. And what happens too many times is as entrepreneurs, we sit and we focus so heavily on our competitors that we forget to do the work that we need to do. Competitors are a data point, just like not being great at history is a data point for me, right? It's a data point. At the end of the day, is it making a difference in my day-to-day activities? Absolutely not. However, if I spend all my time focusing on getting better in history, my business would not move forward. If you spend so much time focusing on your competitors, your business won't get exponentially better. So how do you make your business exponentially better? What are the things that you do great in your business? That's your first question. And I literally mean sit there and go, what do you do fantastically well? I am really, really good at taking people through a process so that they can make money on the other side. Oh, you want to be an entrepreneur and you're an expert in something? I'm really good at taking them from being an expert in something to making really good money as an entrepreneur, like more money than they ever even thought possible, right? So I'm good at that process, at taking through that, which means what am I not good at? I am really not good at just waterboarding people with information and then leaving them high and dry. I actually hate that. And I think it's so unfair to charge people a whole bunch of money, waterboard them with content, and then haul ass. It's not cool, right? And so I don't like that juxtaposition. It doesn't work for me. So which one do I lean towards? I lean towards the other one. Where do my competitor lean? They lean towards the one where they waterboard people. Okay, that's fine. So what are the things that you're strong at in your business? I'm strong at moving people from being experts, that even if they're running a business, to getting to the next level of their business. That is what my strength is. When I looked at weaknesses, what are my weaknesses? It's really hard for me just to drop content on people and haul ass. It's really hard for me to give out content that has no value to it. Those are not things that I do well. I can't just send people, like, people love to send like emails just for the hell of sending emails like once a week. Why are you sending me an email this week just so you can check a tick in the box to say that you did that? To me, that has no value. So I have a hard time not doing true value-based work. Then you start looking at opportunities. So where are the opportunities? Well, what people usually do is they look at their weaknesses and they start talking about how to turn their weaknesses into an opportunity, which is wrong. Because then they'd say, well, Dawnna, since you don't do a good job of sending out content on a weekly basis, what we're going to do is we have an opportunity to help you set up some crap that you got to do on a weekly basis. So that way you can put a check in the box and said you did that crap. No, it's never going to happen. It's never going to happen. So what they need to do instead is say this, look at your strengths. How do we turn those strengths into opportunities? Oh, you know what? Since you like to take people from the beginning all the way to the point where they're making money, then what we need to do is the opportunity is to create a program that is conducive with the people who want that, to be conducive with people who want to have content on a regular, on an ongoing basis. So that way they learn and they do and they move forward. We also need to make sure that we have people in your pipeline that are action takers, not people who are just consuming a whole bunch of content. So it makes a difference on how you hit your people, right? So it makes a difference in your business. If at your job, you're not good at some sort of process stuff, that should not be on your desk. There is someone that needs to do that, or maybe you're in the wrong job. The goal is to really focus on the things that you are strongest at first. Do those things. Your weaknesses, hire for them. Seriously, hire for them. So you look at your strengths, your weaknesses, your opportunities, and your threats. Your threats are the things that are your weaknesses that could bring down your business. So for example, let's say one of your weaknesses was that, I don't like doing process, so I tend not to send out invoices. That's a threat to your business because you're not going to get paid, right? So that people usually go, no, the threats are external. They're your competitors. Stop focusing on your damn competitors, right? The weaknesses are threats. Strengths create opportunities. Once you do your SWOT analysis more in that direction, especially on yourself as an individual and within your business, it will help you make more money faster because you're focusing on the things that you do best, and that's where you really want to put your mind. You want to spend your time on your superpower, not on your kryptonite. Anyway, highprofitzone.com we have our next retreat. Our next launch pad is going to be June 9th through June 13th in Orlando. Of course, as usual, you stay on site at the multi-million-dollar mansion. We have 2 spots that came up suddenly available. The people who are coming, they have to switch dates. So with that said, we have a couple of spots that are available right now, not normally available. And since it's short time, we are doing a deal. If you are interested, we're taking applications right now. We're having conversations with people in regards to who can get in there. Now, remember, it is a selection process. So we'll have a conversation with you to see if you meet up. Here are the rates: $4,000, $5,000, and $6,000. We do have payment plans. If you want to take your expertise and turn it into an entrepreneurial business, or if you currently have an entrepreneurial business and you want more clarity in that business and you want that business to have a more solid foundation so you're making more money faster, then make sure you hit me up at highprofitzone.com. You can also send me an email at Dawnna@Dawnna.com, and let's talk about if you're ready to take that next level in your business and, of course, make a lot more money in it. Anyway, I hope this was helpful. I hope you think differently about your competitors and recognize that they're just a data point. They're not something to focus on, so that way you can make more money in your business. I'll talk to you guys later.